What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday, beginning of the week. Ooh, market is super red today. Let's see what's going on. So we got a lot of earnings coming out this week. Today's going to be a big day as well. Tomorrow, Thursday, is the big earnings week. We got Netflix, ISRG, CSX, so many PPG, and so on. And Friday, we have some little banks. So really interesting week ahead. Damn. Is my mic okay? Testing. What's up, guys? Happy Tuesdays. Damn, I hope a lot of you guys survived the day. We looked like we were moving up on Friday really well, but there was a lot of rug pull today. So hopefully you guys were kind of prepared for that and didn't get hurt too bad. Let's look at the market. Activision was up 25% for the day due to the Microsoft acquisition. Everything else has just been near zero. A lot of chop between 0 to negative 5%. What's up, CG2K? How you doing? Yeah, it was a red ass day. It was tough, man. I don't think anybody was safe from a day like today. What's up, Nasty Nate? I hope you guys are surviving okay, man. Oof. CF Industries is up 2%. Electronic Arts was up 2.6%, but gave up a lot of the pre-market gains as well. I mean, they had no reason to run though. Yeah, sure. Activision got bought out and they ran like 25%, but you guys are just other competitors. Who care about them? Spy with a fake out both ways. Yeah, it was tough. ExxonMobil capped up some more today. Why? Apple coming down a little bit, down 1.8%. Then you got Microsoft down 2.43%. I feel like that Microsoft coming down has low-key been like big investors knowing ahead that they were going to acquire Activision. Because usually when the main company that acquires somebody, they usually end up coming down a little bit. And Microsoft has low-key been coming down for no reason, while all the other big techs were holding pretty well, like Apple and Google. So you can see like the difference here where Microsoft came down a lot more in the last month or so, as opposed to like how much Apple came down. Twitch's therapy. I got you, man. If we die, we die together. We ride up together. I got you guys. What's up, RB Nickel? How you doing? So it's Monday. Every Monday I usually post the market outlooks. So I post that this week as well. So let's take a look at that. I was just testing this new thing too, where I'm posting the videos as well. So this way you guys can hear my actual thought process on the outlooks. So this is what I wrote up this morning. So I published this a little bit earlier in the morning. If you look up the TradingView profile, or if you look at today's Tuesday though. You're right. Or if you look at my Twitter, I published it. I said today was going to be a risk off. This week was going to be a risk off week, possibly a double bottom setup. That which means we would have to come back to like the same level we were at last Monday's, right? So looking for that double setup. I thought that if SPY could stay above 457, we would be pretty bullish. We're under 457 right now. We're at 456.5. So we need to really reclaim 457. But we are at the trend line. We did hit the trend line this morning. We're literally sitting on that trend line area, which is like, let me see. So the trend line area on ES is 4566.25. Where do we close at? 4569. So we closed above that moving average over there and above the trend line. So I think we're still pretty okay bullish. I still think this is a good area to kind of go long a little bit. But obviously not full port, not like, oh, let's all in and go long, right? But I think it's a good area to nibble some calls, go long on some stocks that you really like, and possibly go long for like at least 1 week out. It was a rough day, man. Hope you're okay. What did you trade today, Cup of Magic? Amazon. So that's my thought on SPY today and the market outlook that I posted this morning. The other thing I was looking at that I thought could be a good short, and some of the guys in the algo room did it. Financials was potentially setting up for a good short for Friday because it had a strong run, right? But financials usually don't run that hard without pulling back. So we're finally getting that pullback in the financials a little bit. Some of the earnings weren't as good as expected. Goldman Sachs came out with the earnings today, and you know, they're obviously their earnings is not going to be as crazy as last year because they're not behind as much IPO deals and stuff. It's hard. Last year was a crazy year, a lot of SPACs, a lot of IPOs, so that's why it was like easy money for them. Nothing. Amazon stopped out on losses. Can you look at shop after? I got you. Let's look at that. So the dollar index was also kind of giving us that bearish signal. If the dollar is up, it's bad for the market. If the dollar is down, it's good for the market. And as you can see, the dollar index is bouncing off the or make a break line, the MOB line here. And the 2-year yield moving up to 1.04% overnight. And that's pricing in 3%, 3 rate hikes. So at that point, which could be potentially strong for the dollar. So we saw the dollar move up a little bit here. If we want the market to recover, we need the dollar to either chop or come back down a little bit. So we'll see. QQQ has been bouncing off the green trend line, which is this green trend line, right? For the last 18 months, showing us that we were in a bullish channel. So this is a green trend line that can extend further down here. And it's been bouncing off that area really good, like almost every time, the last few times. And that's what's been giving us that bullish channel, which means that just this upward channel that we've been moving. But I mentioned over here that, however, if we break under it this week, we haven't really confirmed that we're really breaking under it. I mean, we're under it today, but I think we have to really see it for the week to really make sense. But I think if we break under it this week and we continue to stay under that this week without coming back above it, then that's going to be ugly, because if we don't recover and stay above 369, then we could end up potentially going down more. We could potentially go down here, maybe bounce back to the trend line, and then just keep going down, and it would just be that downward slope, and that would be ugly. I don't think anybody wants that. So as much as we can sell that bearish case, there's also the possibility that, hey, we got such great earnings coming up, and if they can continue to say good things, it could potentially carry the market. So we got things like ASML, PNG, then we got techs like Netflix, and ISRG. So Netflix is going to be the first out of all the FANGs to report, so that's going to kind of carry the big tech a little bit. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a very interesting week, but definitely a risk off week. What are our thoughts on this? I think whatever floats your boat, Anthony. Whatever floats your boat. Good afternoon. What's up? Let's check it out. Let's check out IBKR. We try. We try. Copper Magic asks, am I bullish on Netflix? I expressed my point on Netflix last week. I am kind of bullish on it. I really don't see how not to be bullish, especially like I can't. They have to come out with some outside narrative for me to not be bullish on it, because I can't justify it. I can't justify it from my perspective. So either I'm missing something, or either their membership subscriber numbers would have to truly be really, really ugly. That's the only thing I could be missing. You know, other than that, I don't see how I can't be bullish on it. Nice. I'm glad to hear that, Anthony. I'm happy to see that you make money. Good stuff, man. Interactive Broker Group. Earnings per share is 83 cents. It's in line with the estimate, apparently. Sales is 603 million as opposed to 678. So compared to last year, they said this is only about 0.67% increase, less than 1% increase. However, margins was about 20%, so EPS was a good increase there. Let's check out the stock price compared to last year. Too much sharding with TV services. Maybe piracy is back. What do you mean? You talking about Netflix? Oh, sharing? Oh yeah. Yo, oh, you mean like there's too many competitors that are competing against Netflix? Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's like Fubo TVs, there's Roku, there's Disney Plus, there's HBO Max, but I think compared to all of those, like they're all like indie, man. They're all like indie and you know like kind of like in their own category, you know. Like people would really have to like a show on HBO Max to sub for HBO Max and things like that. So, oh yeah, Hulu too. I forgot about that. But like I think Netflix is just like Netflix is like a doormat, man. It's like the gateway drug. It's like marijuana, right? It's like if you're gonna do drugs, everybody knows you're gonna have that. You know, it's like the standard. It's like Netflix is like it's like when you go to somebody's house, then they offer you water. You know, like that's it. Like it's the standard. Everybody's gotta have it. I feel like it's just like it's just a necessary. It's a necessary item, man. I think that's what Netflix become. It's become a necessary item, whereas all the other services are just excessive, right? It's just extra. So I feel like that's where Netflix really wins because they have so much shows. They'll bound to have something that somebody likes. So that's why it's become such a standard, you know. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just biased. Who knows? Nasty Nate says, "I'll get Netflix when I get a girlfriend." but let me ask you this, man. What if you're not getting a girlfriend because you don't have Netflix? What if you need a Netflix to get a girlfriend? For that. Let's see. We got JB Hunt as well. This is a transportation service that we reported today. Let's see what they said. Earnings per share Q4 is $2.28 as opposed to $2.01. Sales is 3.5 billion as opposed to 3.28. This is a 58% increase compared to the same period last year, and 27% increase in sales compared to the same period last year. The stock is only moving up 1% after hours. Let's see how it looked like compared to last year's. Last year, company was trading around 155-ish, give or take, in that range. 155 to 135. And they have about 27% increase in revenue. So kind of around that 196 area, pretty close to that range that they're at right now. If we're calculating in terms of EPS, they would be worth a little bit more. Definitely need Netflix to Netflix and chill. Facts. Get Netflix first, not the stock. Can you please talk about how you manage risk or hedge when the market plummets? My account is bloody again. Oof, sorry to hear that. That's a good question. So generally for me, like, I'm not sure if you were here earlier, I just went over the market outlook. So generally for me, I usually try to write down and figure out my plans. So this is something that I do for you guys, but also something I do for myself, right? To help myself become accountable and know how I want to plan for the week. So for me, I start the week off figuring out where I think the direction is going to go, where I think the weather is going to look like. Kind of like if you're going to work today and you know, or you're going out, you go on vacation, whatever, you know, whatever you're doing for the day, right? You kind of want to have an idea of what the weather is, you know, before you go out. You don't want to be walking out, you know, thinking it's going to be like a 40-degree weather when today would be indeed 20-degree weather, right? So you want to be prepared for that. So that's kind of what I do with the market, except I do it once a week, every Sunday. And I go through all the news and everything like that, and then, you know, I set it myself up for that week. And you know, I try to figure out what direction the market is going. Now sometimes I'm wrong, and most of the time I'm usually in the right direction. So this, for example, this week I'm looking for us to, I think we were going to go to around 457. This was the same area I was looking at last week as well. I figured Monday was going to, you know, be around 457. Look for that small bounce. So that's what's almost like a dead cat bounce, right? Usually you always get that. And then Wednesday, I told a few of you guys that I thought we were going to get the rejection over here, in which we end up getting rejection. So we got in, we picked some sub dip last Monday. We got out around Wednesday, and we just kind of waited for the risk off to happen. So I would say one of the best way to risk management sometimes, one of the best ways to not lose money is to stay cash. You know, you can't lose money if you're not in it, right? If you don't have exposure. So I always talk about risk off, and what risk off means is that if you're typically trading with $10,000 or $100,000, risk off week, you want to usually be trading only 25% of that. Which means if you're usually trading with 10, you want to be trading with 2,500, picking the direction you want to go. And then if you're trading with 100, you want to reduce that risk to like 25, so that if this week doesn't go the way that I'm planning it to go, if this week goes bad, right, then I'm not going to lose as much. But if it goes the right direction I want to go, it's going to move up a lot. I'm going to make a lot of money, you know? So that's kind of part of the risk management. The other part is like, in terms of like, you know, going to each position with the right amount of portfolio size to the position size. But I feel like I can go on and on about that, and that's something that we could probably cover with you through like our mentoring sessions at Xtrades. So you can always reach out to Brick and Stock or one of the other staffs, and we could probably set up a mentoring session for you if you're really interested in going over further about that. But the rest of the day, we're just going to go through most of the earnings. Let's check out this earnings to see if they're doing anything interesting. Full year revenue up 26%. So the whole year they've been moving up around that same percentage. Full year EPS up about 51%. They have cash on hand. 529 million in cash. But you can also hedge with VIX as well, VXX or SPXXS. Like for me, I've been hedging with just shorting the airlines and cruises and hotels because I'm bearish on those sector. So that's my bearish hedge for when I go long. Wow. ICS really killing it. Truckload too. So they've been making a lot of money. Things been doing good, but the fuel surcharge also increased a lot as well, I think. I thought they would announce like a stock buyback or something, but nothing there. But I think these are going to be interesting companies because supply chain issue isn't going to go away. I think these trucking companies are going to continue to make a buttload of money if they can find workers to do the deliveries and things like that. What else do we have reporting today? Progressive. Paramount pay a buttload for those South Park specials. They make a play in the space. Just another one. He is being the common one. I think isn't Paramount owned by studios? I mean, owned by Sony? Oh, Viacom. VIAC. Yeah, so they're owned by VIAC. And VIAC has been beat up a lot. I think they're actually doing pretty good. I think, aren't they the same company as buying out HBO Max? Maybe not. All right, let's see. So we got another stock that reported earnings today. Progressive Software's earnings per share is 92 cents as opposed to 74 cents. Sales is 143.72 million as opposed to 136. So that's a beat, top and bottom. So beat estimate by 24%. This is a 1.1% increase compared to the same period last year, and 11% increase in sales compared to the same period last year. So a lot of times I usually try to focus on only the increase from the previous year because I want to see how much the stock price appreciated compared to that. So last year the company was trading between 44 to 41. And with 1.1% increase and 11% increase in revenue. So let's say if it was like 44 times 1.110 or 1.11, puts it around 48. So it's trading a little bit below that. That could be a possibly good opportunities here to buy the dip. Let's see what the guidance is like. Oh, guidance is kind of weak. So Progressive sees Q1 earnings per share 83 to 85 cents as opposed to 98 cents. Sales is 139 to 142 million as opposed to 145. So the top and bottom guidance is also coming down a little bit to the lower side. So even though they make good money this quarter, they think next quarter they're not gonna make as much as they estimated to. Analysts estimated them to make. Said Q4 results were outstanding across every metric and we're pleased with such a strong close into our fiscal 2021. As we begin to realize synergies from acquisition of Kemp, we are very well positioned to deliver strong financial results in 2022 and beyond. We exited 2021 having grown our ARR by 12% while at the same time achieving non-GAAP operating margins for over 40% for the second year in a row. So that was the okay earnings. It was alright. Nothing crazy there. Oh wow. So they say Forbes says their Q4 and full year 21 results are expected to include special items. Items include $8.2 billion gain on equity in Riven and reclassification of Q1 non-cash gain. So $3.6 billion. They said they pretty much said they're making bank in that investment. And that's going to drive their earnings growth really well, I guess. They might even do something with that. They might even give that back in terms of special dividends or something too. I wouldn't be surprised. Because sometimes companies do that when they make like excessive money for like a random quarter, and they don't want that to impact them on the future quarter, so they give that out. See where the market uncloses today. So market unclose imbalance is $1.4 billion to the buy side. So a lot of people bought the dip today. U.S. officials are concerned that Putin is on the move into Belarus, and this may be part of his effort to change the borders in Europe. They also worry that Russia will move nuclear weapons into Belarus. That's going to be interesting. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys scared of that? If we go to war or another war happens, I think some of the stocks that are related could run. Some of them are actually already running a lot. Like Lockheed Martin is running up a lot. Still like quite below the pre-COVID levels here. So RSI is getting pretty hot, coming up to the double top here. Radon, RTX. RTX seeing a little bit of reversal here. What about BA? Boeing is also running into some resistance here. We might be too late on this play, because this is something that we knew that was going to happen like a week ago or a month ago, with the whole war between Russia and possibly some of the other borders. What else are you guys looking at today? Oh, this is why oil was up. This is crude oil soars above $85 after a drone attack. I didn't see this. You showed your favorite stock, CCL? Oh god, I hate that company. Wow, look at oil go. Go, oil, go, oil, go. Go here and then get rejected. I was close to entering puts on BA, glad I didn't. LMT is Lockheed Martin. They're like one of the biggest like defense contractors. Oh, let me take a look at Shop. I apologize for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also got a big deal today with Activision and Microsoft. Should we talk a little bit more about that? Shopify coming back into this. So this is Shopify. Looking at it right now, is coming back into this huge support area right here. Also demand zone. So between 1,000 to like 1050, I think this is a possible buying opportunity area. We got some support from here, so we'll see if this area holds the support ranges here. If that holds, then we can have a potential to move up and maybe a recovery back to, the 1300s area. I did pick up some dip positions on it. We'll see how that goes. They also announced this morning that they have a partnership with JD to assist U.S. merchants in selling their products to the e-commerce companies' 550 million Chinese customers. With a deal focused on cross-border commerce challenge across the product sourcing, selling, and logistics. This is big. This is big, man. Like, I don't think we ever really sold stuff to China before. I think it's only been a one-way street where like we were able to buy stuff from China, but we have never really sold things back to them. It's partially also because things cost so much, like here compared to there, right? So like if people would be like, oh, why would they buy stuff from us? Like $1 here is like to 6.6 RMB or whatever. So why would they buy stuff from us? But at the same time, there's also a lot of rich people over there. There's a huge market that we're just completely ignoring, that are just like rich, and that's I think that's a huge potential, man. Also, US hasn't always been a place where like we make a lot of products, but I can see us selling a lot of stuff there, even if we didn't make the stuff, here. I can see us selling like phones there and stuff. You know, I can see us selling those things there to them. Like they love buying iPhones, man. Like if they couldn't buy iPhones online, they'd just pay somebody to buy an iPhone and bring it there. Now they can buy it directly through Shopify, maybe who knows. So I think that's gonna be a huge opportunity for Shopify. That's like, man, that's unlocking the whole country, right? That's unlocking the whole country. So that's big, unlocking the whole country, man. We're not even talking about unlocking a platform. We're talking about unlocking the whole country, yo. Sheesh. So I think that's a pretty bullish case for Shopify. Every time I look at Shopify, I just think like, how much more can they go, right? Like, how much more money can they make? You think it's just like an online website, but no, they're like Amazon in a way. They're just so big, so much opportunity. So that's my thought on Shopify. I hope that helps. Starbucks as support. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Not again, Starbucks. Starbucks as support. Damn. Do we even have support anymore? Yo. Oh my gosh. I don't even know, man. Shoot, I don't even know. I don't think we're really at support yet. I don't think we're at support yet. I think next level for Starbucks is like 94. They have earnings coming up as well. Isn't Christmas earnings usually really good for them? Oh, not last year. Let me check before COVID. Oh, not that time either. Oh. This is usually the earning they get wrecked, so we'll see. I think 94 would be a good area for Starbucks. Maybe we'll chop there. Let's check out Clove. Oh my god, $2.93. Jesus. Charlie Mack getting canceled? What did he do? He deserved to get canceled, man, for scamming people. Will they, man? Will they? I hope so. Is pumpkin spice latte still a thing? Yo, I tried pumpkin spice latte one time. It tasted like water, man. It just tasted like water mixed with cinnamon. It's kind of disappointing. Maybe I got a bad barista or I went to a bad Starbucks. But I remember like I keep hearing the hype about it, and I went to like Starbucks. I mean, I didn't purposely go to Starbucks, but I was at a Starbucks, right? And I didn't know what to order. So I just looked at it. I was like, you know what? Let me see like what the hype is all about. So I ordered it, and It was probably one of the most bland drinks I ever tasted. It was literally like water and cinnamon to me. I was disappointed. Damn, SoFi is also coming back down. It's coming back to the IPO price a little bit, at around $12. Pretty cheap. $11.96. Coming down to $11.96 to $12. I don't know. I think if it loses this level, it can go a lot further. You guys know about SPACs, man. A lot of these special acquisition stocks, when they go down, the it's almost bottomless sometimes, because a lot of times they're priced at a 5-year valuation. So sometimes 5-year valuation is so high, and they haven't really produced that number yet. But I did see that SoFi started advertising on a lot more, and they're trying to get customers again. Can you look at Nikola, please? I got you. Let's look at NKLA. Oh man. So Nikola was also another special acquisition stock. I think they just entered into some agreement today. Long-term agreement, supply battery systems. Financial terms weren't disclosed. Isn't PTRA also a special acquisition stock? I mean, on the TA wise, I'm not gonna share with you how much I don't like the stock, but just based on technical wise, if you see a bounce, you could possibly potentially see a bounce at $9 range here. So could potentially see a nice move there, like that. So I hope that helps. NKLA. But just know, man, a lot of the special acquisition stock that already finished the merger, they've been kind of iffy, man. A lot of them's been going as low as $2 to $3, even $5. So just be very careful. Have a tight stop loss on these. Kip says our economy is crashing. Starbucks still increasing revenue each quarter. Yeah, Starbucks been increasing the revenue. They've been doing good, holding strong. Wow. That's crazy. Balls, man. What's up, one par? What's with the sell-off? Are we repeating 2021? Let's hide another rock and come out in Q2. Yeah, I think a lot of the sell-off is just the treasury yield going up, and there's just a lot of pump, in the news about how treasury yield, inflation, and interest rate can cause a lot of the tech to be weakened. And there's just a huge shift across the board to consumer staples as well. So I think just those couple of things, or maybe we're just selling off before tech season starts. SoFi Stadium along with cash money. Where is SoFi Stadium? Oh, these degens, man. You know what they say about stadiums, man? They say anytime a company buys a stadium, that's the end. Like, it's like the curse of the stadiums. So anytime a company does a stadium deal, it has signified that they have peaked. Yeah, we're getting into a risk off market too. The market seems to be speaking financial matters. That's true. People still buying $5 coffee. Our economy isn't crashing yet. Yeah, I think to a certain extent, I don't think people are gonna stop buying $5 coffee until we go into a recession. You know, like we would really have to be hurting for people to not buy $5 coffee. Is because we're at a point where everybody's making so much money. There's just so much money across the board. Like the people that are buying coffee, they're disconnected with money. So, you know, they're not like, or maybe they aren't disconnected. Who knows? Maybe it's just like the part of being inclusion in this whole social media process is just so important that price doesn't matter. You know. Especially a company that isn't making money. So when is DKNG getting a stadium? Yo, I think DKNG, they probably had a chance to get a stadium last year. They probably thought about getting a stadium, but they probably didn't because they ended up buying too much company. And now they have no money left. I wouldn't be surprised. I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if we were sitting, if we looked through like some of the meetings ideas that they discuss during the board of directors and the CEOs. I'm pretty confident I could make the bet that those guys have considered buying a stadium before for DraftKings. But DraftKings is practically like buying a stadium because they have so much Super Bowl ads and stuff. Remember? People buy luxury goods in recessions. In the Great Depression, people bought small luxury items like watches instead of larger ones like cars. It's like small, feel good creature comforts. Peloton was sort of like that. Are you saying we already went through a recession last year? DraftKings casino only. Oh, that's true. They could buy the casino and brand themselves. Actually, they did that already. DoorDash Stadium coming. Wouldn't be surprised. That's possible. Oh yeah, good point. Let's take a look at DraftKings. Wow. Just no real support, man. Like DraftKings is almost also making like a big head and shoulder or like a big cup. So it could potentially even come back to this range that it started at, you know? It's tricky. It's tricky, man. They haven't been look, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 quarters, they haven't made money. You know, look, they haven't made money and they've been spending so much money to get customers, but they haven't been growing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's look at March 2020, right? Company made 162 million, right? May 2020, company made 113. They made less, right? August 2020, they made only 75. 133, 322, 312, 297, 212. This quarter is supposed to be their big quarter, 443. So you can see over here, like from here to here, they really haven't done much. They haven't made more than they did like in one of the earlier quarters. So they haven't really grown that much, man. I say the company could potentially be worth like $20 to $30, but it's tricky. It's hard to say, man. But I think they could make more money, but there's just so many competitors in the space as well. You have Caesars, you have Penn, you have all those crypto betting sites. There's so much competitors to DraftKings, man. Like DraftKings is smart. They have a good marketing platform, but they haven't like done anything that is unique to themselves, right? They don't have a competitive advantage. Like, what is DraftKings' competitive advantage? Like, why would I spend my money gambling at DraftKings over another place? Why? DraftKings is dead, they say. $10 more drop, they said. It had to get really hard for Starbucks to dry up. Poor DraftKings. Now what would I hear every third NFL commercial? Actually, you know what? Um, I do think that Starbucks is making a bad decision. So I was at Targets the other day. I think yesterday actually, and Starbucks has been putting they've been putting Starbucks locations in Targets, and I looked at those Starbucks locations in Targets, and honestly, it's barely that busy. I don't really think I don't really think they make money on those Target locations. Now, I don't know exactly what deal Starbucks has with Target, but hopefully they get like a super discount on the rent or something, or maybe they don't pay rent, hopefully, because the difference between a Starbucks store, like actual Starbucks store versus a Target Starbucks store, I would say probably like 75% of customers, difference. So like there's probably 75% more customer that will go to a regular Starbucks than customer that will go to a Starbucks at Targets. So I don't think they're gonna get that much business, and I don't think that's a good idea for them to have done that, unless they were doing it in an area that didn't have a lot of Starbucks. But for this particular Target I went to, there was a Starbucks within a 10 block radius, and they just put in another one, maybe not even 10 blocks, maybe like a 3 to 5 block radius, and they still end up putting one in Target. So I thought that was a pretty bad idea. So that could be something that will mess the company's stocks up, because they're trying to expand too much, but they're not expanding into a good location that would generate more profit. Well, I mean, they tried their best, right? Because, and it's not wrong for them to spend money. You have to spend money to acquire customers, but the thing is, it's like they did it a little bit too late, and they haven't figured out a customer retention program. That is the problem. You can spend all the money to acquire customers, but you have to have a competitive advantage that is going to retain the customers, right? Like, but the casino business has always been difficult. um like, I don't know how many of you guys been. I'm sure a lot of you guys been to casinos before, right? That like when you go to the strip, whether it's Vegas or AC, There's like 10 casinos, bro. It's like 10 casinos. There's no real reason for me not to go to all of them because I can go to every single one of them and get rewards and benefits. Like honestly, at the end of the day, I don't even know how these casinos really make money because I can go to all of them, and I can enjoy all these rewards and benefits, free hotel rooms. We like instead of bar hopping, we would casino hop. That was back in the days. You would go to casino hop. You would get free drinks at every casino. Some drinks have better, better waitresses and servers. I mean, some casino have better waitresses and servers, so to go to that casino more. But other than that, I don't know. I think it's just tough to find competitive advantage in this gambling casino industry right now, especially when it comes to online. But then again, I don't gamble on DKNG, so I don't know. I don't gamble in general in that situation. I don't want to gamble my money unless I have my own self control over it. Lynn says, I lost so much money buying DKNG calls. Never gonna touch this stock again. Oh, I feel you. I think we lost a lot of money playing DKNG at some point too. And I wouldn't want to touch it either. Disappointed, man. Disappointed. We didn't even get a Super Bowl run. The revenue growth has been a lot of up and downs. Maybe open the bros. Open the bros. Draft peasants. Wait, do you guys have bros over there in PA? I haven't seen one or been to one yet. Shit, Uber you mix drinks while you're playing some bands, DKNG. Good one, Tom. I mean, yo, you know what'd be good? I'll tell you what. If DKNG, if one of you guys working at DKNG, please send it to the DKNG CEO to help you yourself out, okay? To make sure you guys will continue to get paid. Here's what you gotta do. Tell DKNG, tell DraftKings CEO that they need to move into the metaverse. They can build a casino in the metaverse and do VR gambling. In fact, they should start a partnership with Facebook and Quest 2 to make an app right now to take that gambling to the next level. And then in their metaverse, they can build a server as well. They can build like a waitress server or whatever and serve you fake drinks. Haha. What's up, Pablo? How you doing? MTTR is also at a big discount, but in this market environment, nobody really knows. That is true. Nobody really knows. I was actually looking at Matterport over the weekend. I'll show you. See, investor relations. Really interesting company. I liked it. This is definitely something that I'm gonna invest into at some point or another. Just don't know when yet. But I mean, I might pick some up if they go to $5 because I like the company. I like what they're doing. I think that metaverse is gonna be a big thing, and Matterport is leading the spatial data company. They're digitizing it. You know, they can literally like 3D a room and kind of like 360 cameras. They could kind of do that with constructions and buildings and rooms and things like that. So I think that's an interesting concept, and and I think if they do the right, I think they have the right marketing and everything with that, the company can continue to grow a lot. But we'll see. It's also, and the reason I set $5 is also because This company is a special acquisition stock. And you know the thing with special acquisition stocks is they're extremely overvalued. So that's why I would buy if they're cheap. And I would like it even more if they actually only make people buy their devices, man. But I think they're just trying to increase customer right now. So they're like, I think this is gonna be big, like helping, people make more 3D rooms and tours and stuff like that. It's gonna be the future, man. Like, have you guys seen those? Man, cool. But they need to sell more of these though. I don't know how they're making money though. I'm not too familiar with how they're making money. But I know there's a lot of potential. I also seen people walk around with this camera too. DraftKings Rocket. That game looks fun, but also extremely addicting. I know if I play that, I'll probably lose all my money, so I can't get behind that. HODL. No way, really? Somebody stole my idea? How dare them, man? That's the big, that's my big idea, man. It's gonna do that. I was gonna run my wedding venue on the metaverse, man. Let's see what else we got in the earnings today. Let me see. Goldman Sachs also reported this morning. Charles Schwab, Silvergate, PNC. Let me look at some of this morning's earnings, and then, damn, there's so much more earnings we're gonna play here too. Wow, that's smart. Good for them. Let me look at Silvergate. I want to see what's going on with that crypto bank company. The company came down $40 today. Oh my gosh. They said they're not seeing a lot of not as much transfer as previously. Did they make a lot of money in fees? A lot more money in fees. They only grew a tiny bit of customers. So it says EPS is it's about 40% increase compared to the same period last year. A year ago, the company was trading around 70 to 55. 70% increase is like 35. Actually, not even 35, less than 35, like 30. So it's actually trading pretty fairly in terms of EPS. The stock also ran up a lot too. So not much going on there. Check out this other earnings from this morning. Goldman Sachs. So Goldman Sachs earnings per share is $10.81 as opposed to $11.73. Sales is 12.64 as opposed to 12.01. Around 7.66% increase compared to last year. So they're slowing down as well. They're not making as much money as last year, and their revenue is only 7.66% increase. And they've been having some record revenue too, so it's going to be hard to beat last year's numbers. It's kind of expected to a certain extent, I guess. Charles Schwab also reported today. A6, A7, 16% increase, 12% increase. Last year, company was trading on $60. Right now, it's at 90. 60 to 90. That's a huge increase. It's like a $32 increase. $32 increase from 60 is like 50%. And year over year is only 12%. So, damn, a lot of these banks aren't doing as much as what we want. So, they're not reporting as crazy of earnings as everybody is expecting. They're just doing kind of okay compared to the previous year. On the 2-year basis, this is also trading pretty high, trading almost 100% from a 2-year ago. So that's kind of the banks. Banks continue to disappoint. Nothing out of the ordinary over there. But I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Talk more about earnings, stocks, acquisitions. We did look into Activision today. I picked up some Activision at some higher price. Took some average down to 53 as well. So I have a position at 85. Added a position at 83. I think it's gonna continue to see value because Microsoft said they're buying Activision and also setting up some merger, some arbitrage plays as well. So I think that's going to be a really interesting opportunity. But right now the options chain hasn't priced for that move yet, so I think that's why it's trading so low. But I think once the options chain price for that $95 buyout, they can easily manipulate the price higher. So just be careful and watch out for that. Other than that, take care and have a good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us.